Alright, so what is up, guys? I know you weren't expecting this, but your man War Dog 3 here. And, man, been a long time since I did one of these. In fact, I think we're over 5 years if I last counted correctly. But um, I just wanted to let you all know I am still alive and actually doing quite well. Got a lot of big things on the horizon. Lots been gone on over the last 5 years, and I hope the last 5 years has been well for you folks as well. Um, you know, uh, Unfortunately, there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about. We had pretty much went past Ace Combat Seven's prime, and really wasn't much else to cover in the way of Ace Combat. But boy, do we got some big news that we're going to talk about, as I'm sure you're all aware. And I'll introduce the gameplay. No, Ace Combat Infinity is not back up, although it kind of is. I've heard people have managed to get this game back up and running, but this is gameplay recorded from PS3 back in, I think it was 2015 is when it said the gameplay was recorded. So, nice gem of a time capsule. But anyway, getting on to the more pertinent matters. Yes, Ace Combat 8 is upon us. I know it was announced back in December. I didn't make a video about it because, who knows when it was going to release. In fact, I was pretty confident that Namco was going to delay the game, and I actually made a bet that I lost. But it's a good bet that I lost because that means the game's coming out this year, October 2nd, or the end of September, as I'm sure you're well aware if you get the deluxe edition. So, what are my thoughts on what's been going on? Is there excitement for the game? Absolutely. I had some cautious optimism, when I had initially watched the reveal trailer, and then the release date trailer was interesting. There's some things I don't necessarily care for, like pink-haired anime girls. I just want to play a game with a good story and blow stuff up. But I know some of the Ace Combat faithful need to have their waifus out there. The thing that really kind of dampened my excitement was there was the deluxe edition trailer that released that showed that in addition to the fact that you may pay $70 to $90 for this game, you also get to pay $20 for a season pass, which is bullshit is what I would say. And I feel like most of the Ace Combat um, faithful, if they're not brain dead, would agree with that. And so we're going to see what happens with that. Obviously, I'm a fan of the game. I want to see the series keep going. So I'm going to buy the game. As far as the season pass goes, we'll see about that. But my hope is that it's a good story. You have solid Ace Combat gameplay, and then the soundtrack, which is always fabulous with Kobayashi running things. And I took a look. There was some isolated recordings of some of the Ace Combat missions that have kind of been popping in and off of radar, going up and down in terms of, people making them private. I saw Ace Combat fans video that doesn't exist on his channel anymore, but I have to say, I only took a look at Mission 4, and I was actually somewhat impressed. I have to say, the soundtrack was the most amazing thing, which, I guess is to be expected. But Kobayashi, especially the hangar theme, was absolutely amazing. I really want to get my hands on that, isolated out of the gameplay. But even then, the game seemed a lot more cinematic. There was a cutscene before and after the mission, and for something that just seemed like a garden variety mission, if we get more of that, that's definitely something that you can look forward to. When you have characters drive your game, that's the sign of a good story, and it seems like there's a focus on that, with the squadron introductions and things, kind of Ace Combat Zero style, of which we'll also be getting for a pre-order bonus, and I'm looking forward to playing that. Ace Combat Zero, not my favorite in the series, but definitely an excellent game that, hey, I wouldn't mind playing, ported, and, I guess it will be in HD 1080, so... so those are my initial thoughts so far. This was really just an introductory video, not to shock you guys that I'm still alive and I have been following things in the world, and believe me, Ace Combat 8 content will be on the way. And who knows? I also got my hands on the Project Wingman for the PS5, so I might throw my playthrough in there. Maybe the other three Ace Combat 7 missions, that bonus missions that I didn't complete, I might also throw those in there as well. But yeah, look forward to some content on the way. And I hope you've enjoyed this throwback gameplay, tearing it up in the F4G, of course. And the F4 will be in Ace Combat 8, so very happy to see that, and can't wait to be tearing it up on multiplayer now that we have co-op in Ace Combat 8. So yeah, otherwise, I hope everyone has been well. I look forward to seeing your comments, all old friends and everything, and new as well. And yeah, I really have to figure out how I'm going to record these things, because now, like, PS5 has a capture card that's probably even more powerful than my Elgato that I've used to literally record every single video on this channel, and that's like 2012 technology. So some people have been helping with that. They tell me that the PS5 has an excellent capture card ability. So I think I'm going to experiment with that, so you guys can experience my live reactions to my first playthrough of Ace Combat 8. But otherwise, maybe I'll do some experiments with Project Wingman playthrough, and then probably still break out my old capture card. Or maybe I'll try it on the PS5. We'll see how that goes, and you guys can let me know. So there you go. There's the gameplay. Solid victory, solid MVP, as you'd expect from the F4. And that's all I have. Like I said, hope everyone's been well. Look forward to Ace Combat 8 content. Lots of playing content coming as we get ready and geared up and excited for Ace Combat 8. So looking forward to seeing everyone in the comments. And God bless you all. Take care.